It's been a while since I've done a channel update. For those that aren't entirely aware, it's generally in January and June each year that I decide, do I want to keep going forward with this, and basically stuff along those lines. Now, overall, YouTube is a hobby for me. It's not something that I'm doing as a career type thing, which is like really, really good news if you've been trying to keep up with all the weird crap that's been going on. So, to explain a little bit about what's been going on if you haven't, YouTube censorship stuff is going downright insane. It's really, really bad if you're trying to monetize videos because if you do any sort of political thing, they will pull the plug. Well, it's not both ways. If you have anything that's more conservative leaning, then there's hell to pay. And unfortunately, if you actually paid attention to the whole Civ 6 thing I did leading up to the election where I was trashing both Hillary and Trump, something like that probably would get me in trouble with YouTube if I were to try it today. So, that's just an example of how crazy things are getting. As a result of this, I was looking at moving some of my stuff over to VidMe just in case this channel gets closed or what have you. The thing is, VidMe is such a freaking mess that it's going to take months at most to try to even get this in position to start transferring stuff over for just like as a backup. And as a result, I'm wondering if this is even worth the time because, like, I did try to skip the 50 supporter requirement. They didn't go for that, even though they did ask a lot about the YouTube channel, and that alone didn't sell them on it. I don't know. And prior to last week, you were only allowed 1 gigabyte per week, which they graciously upgraded to 3 gigabytes this week, but there's still all other sorts of restrictions on the video, so not a thing was accomplished with that. So, you can probably guess the whole negative slant where I'm going with all of this. The most pressing thing for this channel, I have to say, is with the League videos I've been putting up, I'm aware that these are going to be obsolete probably within weeks. I do a lot of games before nerfs just to try to do a before and after comparison, at least I used to when I played more. So there was a sort of design obsolescence going on here. But if you aren't really paying attention to the comments, like these won't actually appear on my front page or anything. This is something that you have to look at some of the older stuff. Some of my other videos are actually obsolete due to changes that the devs have made. They've patched things in, patched things out. They've done some sort of tweak, and as a result, like, I don't really see a point in, like, moving these to a different site if they're outdated. There's nothing to really be gained from actually following them or doing anything regarding them. So that alone is pretty discouraging since like I it's a time investment to go back and then I have to try to relearn things just in case they have changed. Overall, I'm not too worried about the generic comments that are just like you suck, yada yada yada, crap like that. I know a lot of people on YouTube actually go as far as to put out videos regarding this, and I'm sorry, but stuff like that never sold me. When you actually think about it, there are jobs where people get shot at on a regular basis, and you're going on the internet and crying that people are being mean to you on the internet. Grow the fuck up, man. So, yeah, comments like that don't exactly get me down. The things that do bother me, like I was saying, is the whole obsolescence thing, where part of the reason why I do this, since it's a hobby, is if people are having trouble with the game, they can see what I did to get through it. And unfortunately, in some of these cases that have been drawn to my attention, it doesn't really matter anymore because the stuff I did is no longer permitted or no longer in the system or something along those lines. And the final point at what I'm getting here is for the need of the channel update entirely. So, with today's uploads, this is Memorial Day, May 29th. This is pretty much the last day I can promise the schedule lasting. So, based on what I actually do away from the channel, things are going to be getting kind of crazy. As such, I can't really promise the rewards. I don't have the scheduling privileges on YouTube to do so. I have to put my channel for monetization, and then we go into the whole first set of comments that I go into. The second problem, though, is depending on how things may be playing out, I may not have as much time to record, period. And basically, with June, the channel may cease to update. So I am going to look into trying to resolve the projects that are currently going on. That would be Akiba's Beat, Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky 3rd. That does mean Cold Steel 3 may not be covered because of the way things are playing out. And, well, that kind of brings you up to speed on things. I don't know how June's going to play out exactly, but it's going to be a very, very bad month. In case you're wondering, the game going on in the background for all this is Chemcaper. I muted the game sound. The characters don't actually speak, so there's no voice acting to be heard. There is music. It's just there's a pretty bad game-breaking glitch. I can actually let this thing go to its entirety. You can see the glitch where the menu locks up and you can't progress. But I'm putting this out just in case you were interested in the channel, you like where things are going, yada yada yada, stuff like that. And basically, the gist of it is things are leaving my hands, and I don't know if or when things are going to get better. So this is just a heads up on things to come, and basically that my plan to put like an escape route in as VidMe, it's probably not going to happen. I'll leave the VidMe stuff there. I'm probably going to do random uploads that meet the requirements. And I'll give it a little while longer, but I'm seriously not expecting that platform to get anywhere. I don't just mean that for me, I just mean in general. They have to make a lot of tweaks to get anywhere, I'm afraid. So anyway, that brings you up to speed. I will turn the game audio on. You'll hear my voice commentating on some of the stuff regarding this game. It's an edutainment type game in case you're interested. I wasn't really planning on doing it a lot. It's just I did want to get something that I could talk over so you had something to look at while I'm talking. And if you're interested in this, I guess it has like a Pokemon type thing going on. I'm not entirely sure. And just be aware it's a lighthearted game, so don't expect anything dark, twisted, or anything like that. It's intended for children and intended to be played on a touch screen, which is why some of the menus are the way they are. So, without further ado, I'm going to call it quits here. You can watch the video if you choose, or you can move on. It's up to you. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Autosave, I don't think there's a way to manually save, unfortunately. So is it Honey we need to talk to? So she tells you about the combos between pedicles. That's what the oxyto and the potassium made. Basically potassium oxide. Hemlock. Here we go. Pedicles are your best companions. You will need orbs and pedicle cards to bond them. Your blank eyes indicate confusion. Studying their nature will aid in your nurturing them into strong and protective pedicles. Handle's knowledge of pedicles is amazing. So, new item received. So click here to view your consumables, your books, your pedicle cards, your orbs, your lab apparatus, and your ingredients. Here are our items. You can read their description, you can sell them. So we got potassium card. Click here to exit. Orb and pedicle cards are usually dropped by Alcyons. What, you have none of them with you? Take these, impractical young bean. So now we need to go talk to Handle. So anyway, once you have your orbs and your cards, she's the one to talk to actually make the pedicle. So in case you're wondering, yeah, there is a bit of a Pokemon type system going on here. We can try to catch them all. It's just a little bit more complicated than Pokemon because they synergize. Great, you have enough orbs and pedicle cards. Let me introduce you to the Petcubator. So you have Oxyto and Potassium. Tap here to select the Oxyto card first. Click here to place it. Now you need the orb, so click here, then here, here, then here. And then these are the different types of bonds you can do. So we have the covalent bond, the ionic bond, and the metal bond. Or Covabond, Iobond, Metabond. So if you don't know, diatomic oxygen is formed by them covalently bonding to one another. It's a nonpolar covalent bond because they have equal electronegativity, but it's still a covalent bond. Your salts are going to have the ionic bonds, sodium chloride, calcium carbonate, and so on. And the meta bonds, these would be like steel, I believe. So tap the cova bond. So if you didn't see those little dots, those are the electrons in the valence shell. So once they hit their maximum 8, that happens. So my first pet unlocked. Click off that little achievement thing in order to move forward. So click here to select potassium. Now we need to pull out some orbs. We have to pull 3. In case you're wondering, the number determined, I think that's determined by the cards. This is asking for 3, thus we have to give it 3. So we have to do the metal bond here, since potassium is a metal. So notice that one circle there, the one dot, that's the single electron in the valence shell of a potassium atom. So we have the bitty potassium. Got the achievement 2 is better than 1. So click here if you need help with your pecubator, click here to quit the menu. So we can now assign our pedicles to battle. So we want the potassium as the active pedicle. So you want to put this here in the frontline spot. You can read about it here. Deals 80% damage, heals Rube for 50% of attack. And then we can put Oxytoe in the support column, which creates a new synergy here. So deals 65% of damage, heals Rube for 70% of the attack damage. So click here if you need any help, click here to exit. So I believe right now we need to talk to Hostile for some training. Oh, Master Hostile, I'm back with the pedicles. Excellent, now pay up 1 buckyball. What? You never mentioned that. Knowledge is expensive. Only I can guide, only you can follow. Pay up. So if you don't actually know what a buckyball is, it's a type of carbon molecule. It's basically circular or ball-shaped, hence the ball part. It looks like a soccer ball where each carbon molecule is going to be like one of the vertices to where the different materials connect, like the corners of the material. It's produced in smokestacks, I believe, and stuff like that. It's supposed to be a pretty stable pollution molecule. But you might be able to refine it into diamond under the right circumstances. I'm not entirely sure. It just wouldn't be too efficient in terms of energy and stuff required. Fine. So he gave us a new card here, or something. He gave us a cryo. So this is supposed to be the nitrogen based off the N there. Not entirely sure how we're supposed to deduce that by its name. So defeat the Alcyons, walk into them, and then remember to fight, you have to click on your pedicle, then click on your target. So right here, once you run out of charges, the pedicle has to recharge. It's going to be down for a little while in doing so. Don't worry, it comes up on its own. Good, you followed. Training is done. I must admit, Master, I did learn a lot from you today. Thank you. Yes, now pay up. Again? Battle train with pedicles, powerful knowledge, 10 buckyballs. Pay up, now. Man, Xenon, deliver me from these carbon-hungry battle masters. Here you go. So in case you're wondering about the Xenon thing, that's supposed to be their deity in the world, Xenon being a noble gas in real life. You were injured. Go find someone holistic. You will... Yes, Master, I will follow. You'll need these berries. Now go. So now we can deal with Hoodwink because we got a diamond. Finally a diamond. I'll take that, thank you. Here is your engine part. So that was engine part number 3. So while I could talk to the people here, I want to see if I can get past the glitch part, and it's right here with Holistic. Excuse me, are you someone holistic? Master Hostile sent you, didn't he? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. That Trojan will be the death of me. Don't worry, young bean, it's not your fault. I, Holistic, will teach you potion making, unless Master Hostile starts living up to his name. Let's start with getting the necessary apparatus. Trace 2 test tubes and 1 centrifuge to craft a health cordial. So in case you're wondering, yes, you actually have to trace here, which is why I say this is meant to be played with a touch screen on a tablet. So select your test tube, hit the trace button. I said hit the trace button. And then run the mouse or your fingertip over here if you are playing this on a touch screen. So there's your test tube. So now we need the centrifuge. This one is kind of annoying. Click the question button if you need help tracing apparatus. And here's where it locked up last time. So, I don't know if there's any button I can push to get through this, but yeah.